Um, hey, today is my favorite topic, animal communication, and we're going to talk to some animals here. But if you're new to me, my name is Joan Ranquet. I'm an animal communicator, author, TEDx speaker, founder of Communication with All Life University, and I'm also really glad to be here. And I'm really, it's a funny time right now, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about my program for a second. It's to help people become animal communicators, energy healers, and we're even building out a whole wildlife component. And as I said that, 3 ravens just, I don't know if 2 of them were having sex. I'm not sure what I just saw, but it was wild. And here comes another one around the hill. So anyway, I've got wildlife TV on every day out all my windows. Here comes the other one. We just started an animal communication class. Someone just joined last night, so if you want to still join, you could listen to the replay. We have an 11 a.m. and a 5 p.m. I have Energy Healing for Animals is coming up on May 28th. We have a intro to Death, Dying, and Beyond in June. I can't remember which weekend, maybe the 12th. And then we have intro to Finding Lost Animals through Animal Communication coming up in July. So we have a lot of fun things. We did a total virtual retreat. We'll see what happens with October. I'd love to think that we'll have a lot of people here for the intensive, but if not, we can always do it online. The one thing that this school has been, and I saw that Kate Templeman is on here, she was in the 2nd class, so she joined in 2010, I think, and we've done the whole school online since the beginning. Since the beginning, we've been an online school. So it's fun to get together, but most of the learning happens at home. And so anyway, I just wanted to say that. And I also wanted to say it's a really wonky time because, the world is opening up in places, in pieces, and other parts are not. And so there's a lot of we've got almost that same wavering weirdness that we had at the beginning of this as our world was starting to crash. I've felt it through, and being an empath, we've got to really ground at this time. Really, really ground. So that we can be the people that we want to be and not get swept away with whatever emotion is going on right now. So, Claudia, who's here?
Okay, so let me go back. Colette is here.
Hi, Colette.
Ritambara Marilee Tyson, Kate Templeman.
Kate is...
Kim Nishida.
Kim is in the program now. Kate, it was in the 2nd graduating class.
Joanna Leahy, Cindy Gans Turner. Hi, Cindy.
Cindy's in the program now.
Leslie Williams.
Hi, Leslie.
Karen Leber. Lorraine Bollinger. Hi, Lorraine.
Hi, Lorraine. Lorraine's in the program now. And it was
Julie
Kim's birthday last week. Julie's in the program.
Susan Rhodes.
Susan's in the program.
Christy Dowd.
Christy's in the program.
And I'm in the program.
And Claudia's a teacher.
I know. Officially.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Susan, do you have any challenges going on with anybody that maybe you want a reading of here? And I know some people wrote and said they wanted mini readings, and clearly I'll have to do this again because it was kind of a hit, and but it didn't get all filtered to me quite yet. So I was wondering if, Susan, you have something going on, or anyone else have anything going on? So I love to think about animal communication as really, literally saving lives. When we look at how simple it is, yes?
Okay, really quick. Oops, yeah, sorry.
Claudia was waving to me in the iPad.
Okay, so Susan replied, yes, Lil Pea.
Okay.
So remember, yeah, Lil Pea, the little chihuahua. And I have 2 things. Karen Lieber says she is going to join the fall class. Yay!
Oh, cool. Yay.
And Ritambara Marilee Tyson says she is new to the group. Welcome. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right and not butchering it. And Joanna Leahy says, I'd like to join the program, but might be next time as I have to save up.
Okay.
Okay.
We would love that.
And then Karen Lieber says that her horse got colic last night. His name, I think, is True, if I go back and read it. Hold on. So we have a horse and a chihuahua.
Okay. How old is Lil Pea?
I have it. Hold on. Lil Pea's 16-year-old female chihuahua.
And is there anything in particular she wants to know? Is something going on?
Yeah, Lil Pea had a medical issue. I know what happened because she posted it. Had a medical issue where she just went limp. Had to be taken to the hospital, and it looks like, let me see if Susan, if you want to post an update. Okay, so Susan says a lot of health issues, kidney disease. Mass in the bladder and stomach. Eye disease and teeth disease.
Yeah, and I got, yeah, okay.
And then I have someone else,
Okay, I'm gonna,
Marilee Tyson.
okay.
Yeah, so
Hold
just,
on
I'll
just
write
a
them
sec.
down.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, the main thing is that she loves how much care you've given her. I mean, certainly there's a million things going on with her, Susan, but right now it just feels like her favorite thing to do is to cocoon and just really have those moments. Like, her hearing isn't so great, her sight isn't so great, but her feeling all around is so amazing of how much love and care. And it feels like there's two others that sit with her a lot or are in the same little space with her. She's pretty dependent on one of them, but she's also very quite in love with you. She said that she's had a lot go on emotionally, that her whole life was a constant roller coaster. She said that she still remained very sweet. I mean, that's the one thing that is just mind-blowing is the through line of her life, no matter what's gone on, which was some neglect, and I don't know if it was abuse, but it was certainly, the through line is certainly sweetness through the whole thing. I also feel like something is going on with the medication that she might be on, and it feels like there's, I don't know if she struggled to swallow something the other day, but it feels like there's a feeling in the throat. I know that the endocrine system has been taxed from the beginning, which is probably what shut the kidneys off. The feeling in the stomach has always had a sense of kind of like her stomach flips like it would in a barometric pressure change, although it doesn't take much for it to flip. And so I feel like the stomach and the bladder are very connected in that there's always been a sense of that cocooning thing she does now is something that I feel like she's always done to protect herself. I don't know if she was around a lot of big dogs and big people and big sounds and big, and she was little and she was worried and she almost made herself a little round like aardvark or something through her whole life. So she said that she is, but all that said, she's doing really well, and that that her sleep is really rich, and I you know, I know that you have a hospice rescue, but that there's so much love and comfort that you're creating, and that sometimes you have your ups and downs too, but that this flow is so much easier than anything she's been around her entire life. So she's eternally grateful, and I think that there might be something to do, that the medication is adding to maybe a little bit of nauseousness, and there might be a way to chop up medication or something, so that, because it feels like it's hard going down her throat. That's what I have to say. But thank you for all you do, Susan. And I know that Lil Pea loves you, and everybody else loves you. And yeah, she's really grateful.
Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to do Karen Lieber's horse True next, and then after that we'll do Ritzy's 16-year-old dog.
How old is True?
That's what I was going to ask you. Oh, Susan responded. Yes, she absolutely loves cocooning and cuddling so much. We are deeply bonded. Yes, she is the absolute sweetest girl, even after the abuse. She loves Libby the Pomeranian. She totally does try to cocoon and hide under covers all the time. Thank you so much, Joan. I feel her gratitude. I'm going to start crying.
I'm going to start crying too. Okay. Yeah, she's something else. I swear to God, I want to just go live at Susan's and have her take care of me after the week I've had. Can I be a small chihuahua for a week? It's a lot. I never thought I'd say that. I just said that, didn't I? Yep, I did. That was my inside voice. Okay.
Okay, so Karen Lieber, how old is your horse?
And what breed? And how long have you had True?
And then we'll do Christy down.
Okay.
Okay, so Cindy, I just have to tell you, Cindy responded, Susan, we're all coming. Okay, Karen Lieber, True, Arabian, finally in a herd, but there are 13 total in Big Sand turnout for Arizona. They feed off the sand and don't pick up manure. Spread it, best place so far I can find to keep him. Got colic last night. Hold on, I lost my place, I'm so sorry. Used, 7 years. He's 7 years. Okay, I think he's 7 years old. Okay, I'm not going to give you any more of the backstory. I'm just going to give you what you asked for.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, he says that that was a lot last night. He's feeling better, but I feel like hydration has been an issue with him since he got to this place. And so my sense, not from him, my sense, if I scan correctly, is that I don't know what the weather's been like in Arizona, but I think between like three things, like there's quite a bit of sand that he's ingesting, but also the barometric pressure shift. I don't know if it was really cool last night and then or that it was really hot and that the temperatures plummeted last night, but it feels, or if a storm came through, it feels like there was some sort of barometric pressure shift with the sand. And then on top of it all, I think there's one horse that kind of picks on him. And so I feel like his worry was high. His worry was up high. So he, and I think that in general, he might be a worrier. Like he says, I'm true. I'm true. My name is True, and I'm true. And I feel like he said that he has some other fancy name, but that he is true. And so my sense is that he's a kind of do the right thing kind of guy, almost an old school Jimmy Stewart, one of these guys that just wants to do the right thing no matter what. And because of that, I think that where he is, he knows you worry about him, he worries about you. So I feel like there's a little worry exchange. He says that he is absolutely... So my sense is that he had a big part in picking your spirits up. I don't know if he's, the whole thing of, I'm true. Like, I don't know if you had a horse before that you lost or there was some sort of loss. And he's not trying to prove himself to you, but he's always just trying to let you know he's there for you. So that's what I get. I feel like if you could get out of that, like, infinity sign of worry with him, even though it sounds counterintuitive with him eating sand, a barometric pressure change, and a horse picking on him, I think it would be really helpful because he's really, and let him know he doesn't have to prove anything. You know he's true. So that's it.
Okay, so I didn't want to tell you what Karen had posted because I knew you would get to it in the reading, and it was. Hold on, let me get back. Anything you can help me with his fear, and you addressed it. Getting out of the worry.
Yeah. We can, you know what? For one thing, we have the energy healing for animals level 1 coming up. And if that's anything you could do, we literally work on everybody, their own animal is their project, and we work on that throughout the tapping and everything else. Like you cannot believe. I'm happy to do an appointment and tapping with him about the fear. Or, if money's an issue, and this is true for anybody, I can always assign a student and start setting up. We've got some advanced students that need case studies. So those are all the options. Okay, so what else did she... So the fear, and I think the worry just like... it builds and builds and builds in him, and I have an Arab, so I know the whole like Miss Firecracker contest. But at 32, she's pretty chill. But wow, what I've been through with an Aries Arab. Okay, so go ahead.
And Karen actually, if I'm not mistaken, she's the one that she said she bought your Energy Healing for Animals audiobook.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Let me scroll down. So the next person we're going to do...
and did that help for her?
Yes. Oh, yes. Beyond thank you. I'm so grateful for the help.
Yeah. And the trick is, like I said, it's really easy to think that, what do I do about his fear? What do I do about his worry? But step 1... you get out of that phase yourself, so that when you're walking in my book, I constantly talk about being the emotional leader, and it's like we have to be the emotional leader for them. And that's why I charge people when they say poor baby, because when we're in a situation where we're feeling badly for someone, we're not helping. So if you can step back and be the leader for him, that would be amazing. Okay.
Okay. So, and she says thank you. And she said something about fear of his surroundings too, so, which you brought up,
yeah,
of course.
And that's like, I feel like it's really open there, and he's not used to so much open, and these other horses, and they all know each other, and this one is really kind of like, who are you? So, I could have gone on and on about that, but I think just walking around with him, doing little things like that.
Okay, so now, Rita Barramarley Tyson told me just to call her Ritzy. Thank you.
Ritzy.
She has a 16-year-old Great Pyrenees Golden Retriever mix. Let me go back and make sure. and who is at the end of, yeah. She said, when I connect with her, okay.
What's the
she's
dog's
a
name?
Pyrenees. She's 16 years old, Pyrenees
Golden
and
Retriever.
Golden Retriever.
What's her name? His name?
Opal.
Opal.
And she's been a farm guardian for years, so.
All right.
How long they've had her.
Okay. Opal is amazing. Opal was, I mean, it feels like Opal had some wild times in her youth, but there was always a wisdom that was carrying through, and that wisdom um, was there, even like she could do something naughty, and yet she knew better, and yet she just couldn't resist. So there was always almost two sides to Opal throughout her life. She said, but she's very dutiful. She loved her job. She loves to be of service. She said she's very tired right now, but she's still good. She loves you. She's loved her job. She's loved all her jobs. It feels like she took her jobs pretty seriously once she committed to the job. She said she's very forgiving. I feel like there's been some dogs that have come along and maybe haven't done as good a job as her, or there's somebody that's pretty bouncy right now. She says that as long as she just has her space, she's good. She still loves the morning. She still loves to get up and sniff the air. She feels like she's very, there are little things that she still loves, and you're creating for her. It feels like she's, part of the slowing down. Feels like the hips were going for quite a while, but you've managed it really well. Particularly the left hip, the left hind down lower. The whole right side feels like it carried for the left side a while back. And I don't know if when she was young, she had a whole patella issue. But anyway, I feel like the right side of the neck, and sometimes right now she has a bit of a headache. She's slower breathing, but you know what? For the most part, all things considered, it's like a slow down like that. And she loves everything around her, right? Like it's that she just still loves, and she's still really wise. So thank you. What an honor to be with her. Anything?
Yeah, she said, she commented it, yes, the wisdom. And then she wants to know, is there more I can do to help her?
I mean, there's lots of little, we're going to have an acupressure class going on with the school. That's one thing. We could put Dr. Jill's information in here, because I think she could have a phone appointment with you. She's a acupuncturist vet, but she could do a phone appointment for acupressure. She could, so that's one thing. I feel like massaging the hind end and the bladder sweep. I have those videos on my YouTube channel. Yes?
Yeah, she says that she's in the process of dying, I guess, and that's the slowing down that you saw. Is there anything she can help her with that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even the acupressure is like one of those things that's going to be helpful. because, yeah, you know what? Here's what I have to say. Any healing we do, imagine this. If we do healing, it's not to get somebody better at this point. It's to help them have the most beautiful exit and to heal what has happened here while we're here. What happens next, whether you believe in heaven or an afterlife or a past life or a next life, or that there's just some... If we as stewards are able to help them shift out of this body with elegance, we've helped them clean and clear, and they're going into that labor and that next life with absolute love and things that we don't even know we've helped them heal, we've helped them work through. So keeping the body comfortable, keeping the flow going, keeping the love going, that's the most important thing you could do. And all of it is that, like I said, it's that complete slowdown. But what a delicious place to be, and just to honor the wisdom.
And she does say that right on with the hips. That is totally what I have been getting. Thank you so much. It heals my heart to hear this. I've been doing the massaging. Okay, good. Yeah, I think you're the sense I get is that you're doing an amazing job with her. It's been profound, and that the connection you've created, I almost want to cry about that. The connection you've created at this time it's been there all along, but there's been a real sweetness with it. Okay. Yeah. And then we have quite a few.
And I have to teach. What time is it?
Yeah, it's 10:30. So,
okay.
Rebel Ravati Tyson. She has a six-month-old pitty mix that they adopted 2 months ago.
The name?
That's what I'm... Hold on. I thought I wrote it down. Tyson.
Oh, what a cute name.
I think that's his name. Yeah.
And are they having any challenges?
Yeah, I just found it. He broke his leg zooming. Sorry, the zoomies. I don't mean to laugh at that. It's just
the first thing I wrote is, I am so fun. So anyway, go ahead.
He was in a cast splint for a week, but is still favoring the leg a month later. And a few weeks later, he had a partial bowel blockage that almost killed him one night. He seems okay. Other than that, it seems he's in pain.
Okay. So the sense I get from him is he just is like, he personifies exuberance, like he's fun and he just can't help himself. He's just gonna he is so in love with you, he's in love with life, and I think he gets so excited he just whoop leaves out the top of his body. So part of what, I mean, I think in both cases, breaking the leg and the stomach thing, you're dealing with somebody that like eats too fast, it's like he's got to kind of slow down and smell the roses, which is really hard to do with somebody that's that excited. So some of that can come, and he's like, on overdrive to prove to you that he's the best guy on the planet. I'm fun, and I'm gonna make you have fun. And so, um, this thing is really slowing him down. This leg thing, and his whole thing is fun. So, I think you've got to find the fun in small doses, or find the fun like with him not being as mobile. Here's what I sense. I feel like he still feels like he has that cast on, and I feel like it's like he's got a ghost cast, and there's a little bit of numbness at the end of that limb. So I don't know if what happened in the compensation is the neck has cut off some of the energy, but I feel like it's starting in the right neck, and that the energy is running down to the toe. And on the outside toe is where there's almost a numbness. And now that's why I brought up Jill. So I think the acupressure would really help. But also working on the compensation, like that opposite shoulder and that opposite hip, I would get that really mobile, because I feel like he's really, first and foremost, you've got to get that right neck looked at, and the sense of more circulation to that toe, and then really, so that's what I think the favoring is that because there's a little bit of numbness, it feels like there's still a cast on it, and so you just have to work the neck and the toe, and then the compensation pattern. I hope that helps. But I feel like he just fills anybody's heart that just looks at his smile. So that's it.
Okay, so while we wait for her to respond, I've got Melissa Olvett. She has a Mastiff, my weakness, a 7-year-old Mastiff named Fawn, and there's a mass in her stomach.
Okay.
Oh, she's got a few, actually.
She's got a what?
She's got, I found the post. She has a new large mass in her abdomen, right side, a smaller one in her left side, and a huge one on her back.
How long have you had her, Melissa?
Let's give her a second to answer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got feedback on Tyson.
Okay, I'm still working on Fawn.
Yeah. Since birth.
That's what it felt like, yeah. So, Fawn. Well, Melissa, Fawn is, you and Fawn are something else. I feel like she is so connected to you, and maybe filled the shoes of someone who was very connected before her to you. And so my sense from her is that she picks up on a sense from you that there's almost this unfairness about the whole situation. And she wants you to know that she is really very she's okay with what's going on. She's very aware of how upset it makes you, and she's trying to be as up as she can. She said that she's a very loved dog. She went from I don't know if she started out fearful to confident, but it feels like that there was a 2-year period where you really worked with her, and I don't know if you did a lot of training with her, but it just feels like there was a very connected period, and it gave her a sense of confidence with you that feels so profound. And it feels like she could be off the charts big, and she would know how big she was, and that she's contained now. And it feels like she's protective of your heart. So again, when you worry, she's protective of your heart. So if you could find a way to worry in another room or not let that be part of her, I think that would be really helpful, because she's, I feel like there's weird things that we could all live with if we're not feeding the emotion behind it. She says that her stomach was always sensitive. That's why I wondered how long you'd had her. I wonder if she was, when she was young, if she was overly medicated, or if she was exposed to something that maybe had done something to her stomach lining early, and minimal, but because she is like so sensitive emotionally, physically, mentally, so overly sensitive that it started a while back. So anyway, that's what I got, and I hope that helps. She could not love you anymore, and she's in her spirit's still very bouncy. So that's it. And what was the feedback on Tyson?
Okay, hold on. True, he does get crazy excited. He's the best dog on the planet. I'm a body work therapist and got the bowel blockage removed. I'll work on him then. Thank you so much. He loves having his neck worked on.
Okay, good. It's like it's pinching. It's pinching. So anyway, that's what I have to say.
Okay, and we'll wait for Melissa. So I didn't read you this part that Melissa posted because I wanted you to do your thing. Melissa suffered some loss in her life. She said, last week I almost lost my dog Skippy and therapy bunny Birch. I can't even fathom loss of my animal family after losing my son. Now Fawn has this new large mass in her abdomen, right? And then, so I didn't want to read you that part until you talk to her.
Yeah, she really, that's why she's so protective of your heart. And yeah, I'm sorry to hear all of that, Melissa, but I feel like this is still an upbeat dog, and we don't want you to suffer any more loss either.
And I just want to say this to Melissa. Melissa, I found your email. Somehow they've gotten put in the weird junk folder. I'm going to reply to you today. I do still have some energy healing case studies, so you're up.
Oh, cool.
I'll get that to you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she messaged me.
Okay.
All right, so next, it's 10:44. Do you have time for another one?
One more quickie.
Okay, Deb Carlson, Coco the horse. That's all I got. Deb, do you want to give us how old Coco is, male or female, and what breed, and how long you've had Coco?
And I'm just going to remind people that if you still want to join the Animal Communication Level 1 tomorrow at 11 a.m. or 5 p.m. PST, I could probably fit another 1 or 2 people in. Someone just joined last night, so there is still space, and you only missed one if you join today, and we'll get you the recording. And then the other thing is, we've got lots of other classes coming up. We've got the energy healing for animals. Oh, and I didn't post it in here. I just finished the chakra class. So if you're not on my newsletter, you wouldn't know. Finished the chakra class on Friday, so that's up for sale, and it's on sale for now. What?
And then, so energy healing for animals starts at the end of May 29th, correct? Yes.
28th or 29th, whatever that Thursday is.
The 28th, sorry, May 28th. Also, I know some people are saying that they want to do the program, but they can't, they have to figure out finances. There are payment plans. So if you have any question about the program, if you have any questions about the classes, if you're interested in animal communication level 1, and just know that there's some really cool electives being offered in the class. We just did the Silva method. We're going to be doing acupressure with a holistic vet. So reach out to customer care@joanranquet.com. I'll put it in the comments, and I'll see what, we'll figure out what we can do. Okay. All right. Deb Carlson, gelding, Rocky Mountain. She's had him since September 2019. He's 10 to 11 years old. Had a bad experience with the farrier, knocked her over, and would not let the farrier finish. Never happened before, same farrier.
Okay. Wait, how old is she again?
10 to 11.
Okay. And I know that I haven't given this enough time, and I apologize for that, Deb, but I just wanted to let you know. She is there's first of all, Coco is very, very beautiful inside. He is very, very beautiful inside and out, and he has a kindness, but he's also been misunderstood. And I feel like, so there's almost like looking out the side of his eye, a little bit of a skepticism about certain things. And I would think, so he used to be pretty wild. He's always been stable. But, I mean, he had a wildness. He's been pretty stable. But this happened, and it's kind of triggered some of the old. I don't think it's fears. I would literally call it skepticism of what some people are doing. Like he's not waiting for the other shoe to drop, but he's kind of observant before he steps into something. I feel like he also knows that you really care about him. He also is very aware that he. Well, this is a weird thing to say. Somebody used to sing, or maybe you do, "You are my sunshine." And I feel like he needs to feel like he's your sunshine. If there's, he needs some more reassurance, I think, at a core level, so that beauty can really continue to come out. And because somewhere, he is a big sunshine, but I think there's a little skepticism. And so that's what I got. I'm not... do we have any feedback? And that's one of those things that if you would like someone to tap with him so that it doesn't happen... And because the thing is he's always been, I mean, he's got a funny side, he's got a lot of sides, but I feel like that was not a set, you hadn't had him that long, and so that feels like there, was a little bit of a setback. All right.
Okay, so while we wait for her to give feedback, Deb. Melissa Olvid. Oh, bless your heart. I'm crying in gratitude. She is everything you said. And yes, I did a service dog training with her for 2 solid years, and she was brilliant.
Yeah, I can feel it. Oh my God.
And she said,
I thought it was service dog because it feels like she could calm anybody down, and yet in the beginning it feels like she was whoom, and then she boom. Go ahead.
Oh, we are like 2 peas. You read that so accurate. And I will do my best to hold my emotions. I want her to be in peace and happiness. And I just told her I'll email her. I think EST tapping would be fabulous in this situation.
And scalar.
And scalar, yeah. Let me see. Deb Carlson. Oh my God. Skepticism is exactly what I get from him. Like no one ever considered him before. Even as far as the expression you used, waiting for the shoe to drop. The other shoe to drop.
And it's not fear, it's literally skepticism. So it's like that's a different, you can approach his skepticism with, I know this might seem funny, but we could try it, right?
So, yeah. He raises his head.
I could just see that with the eye. I was literally like...
He raises his head and looks at me out of the corner of his eye with his skepticism.
I could feel it. I was ready to do it. Hey, Deb, really? Not so sure. And you know what? Part of it's almost an act because I think that he really actually gets you, but this is his habit.
Oh my God, that's so good. Literally, You were doing it right as I was about to tell you what she wrote. Okay. All right. You gotta go teach.
Yeah, I've got to go teach advanced animal communication. This has been really fun. Thank you guys. We'll do it again. Next week we have a guest, and then we have, the book. Beautiful Jim Key. This is an amazing book, and it's Joan's Animal Book Club is about animals or people that have dedicated their lives to animals, and this book is about both. So anyway, I really had fun doing this. We'll do it again in a few weeks, or we'll do it, maybe I'll just do a pop-up, 2 pop-up readings. Really, I just have to say that it's the people in my program, you'll meet someone next week, Shannon, the people that have graduated from the program are outstanding, and this could be you, this could be you. You could do this too. So I'd love, if you're interested in anything, we've got it. We've got everything from, I have a $25 class on daily ohm to a $200 class to whatever you need, we've got it at every level. Love to help. Love, for me, getting people to have harmony in their household is the ultimate. Because if you have harmony in your household, then we can create that out in the world. And going back to what we're going through now in the world, we need as much harmony as we can get. So thank you for joining me. This has been so great, and I've loved every minute of it. I'm grateful to been able to connect to each of those animals and to each of the people. It was really, really, really fun. Okay, thank you, and God bless.